everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where as promised in this video I'm going to be going through my points and staking system which I'll be using moving forward from now on going into the new year on my YouTube channel. I get a lot of people getting in touch with me, whether it's on Twitter or in the comments box here on the YouTube channel, and they're just always asking what's your profit and loss and how do you go about putting in place a staking point system, So I just thought I would go through it with you guys now so I don't have to answer your questions moving forward, and I'll always leave a link in the description box to this video so you guys can use it as a reference point or as a guide to come back time and time again to understand my point system. But it's still pretty simple, and it's pretty much similar to the one I've been using since I restarted or was back on my YouTube channel from the 1st of June when UK racing restarted after the lockdown. The general guide I've been using is every selection, every win selection, win only selection is 1 point and it's translated as £1 win, and then the each way has always been a £1 or a 1 point each way, and that's the way we've always done things. But I just thought moving forward into 2021, as I'm going to be doing a lot of my tipping work here now on YouTube for the foreseeable future, I just thought that I would change things up a bit and do this video, like I said, so you can use it as a reference point. Now, before we get into the point side of things and all the mathematics, I'm going to be sticking with the same 4 categories that I always do, which is as follows. So we're going to be starting, and I'll always have in a video, a nap. So the nap is my best bet of the day. If you don't know what a nap is, it's not going to sleep for a few hours in the afternoon and getting 40 winks. A nap stands for next best. I believe it comes from a card game a couple of hundred years ago, something to do with Napoleon or something. Apparently that's where the term nap comes from, but it generally means in punting or tipping language your best bet of the day. And as you guys know, quite famous for my naps now. I think here on my YouTube channel we had a great time in September, and we've been pretty good on the whole, I think, over the last 6 months since I was back here on my YouTube channel. And that means that I'll be putting up my best bet of the day here to you guys every single day, or at least if I can. So yeah, that's basically what my nap means. The next tip, or the next format of tip, is next best, which is abbreviated to NB. Literally means next best is my second best bet of the day. So yeah, quite simple there. The other 2 categories that I'll have is a long shot. I'll have a long shot of the day, generally means my outsider or one that I fancy a big price, and I'll always probably go with an each way selection on each of those tips. I know I've been doing them quite a lot this year, but I might die down on them a little bit. There will be some in here probably a couple of times a week, but just for the profit and loss effect, I might always think about it a little bit more carefully. I'll obviously, if I do fancy some quite regularly, we might have a week where we've got lots of long shots, but I'll tend to calm it down a little bit on there, because I think it can affect obviously the profit and loss record moving forward. So yeah, the long shots might not be as frequent as they regularly are, but some of you guys know that I'm not always tipping favourites, and sometimes my nap and my next bests are big prices, so that's how we'll go about the long shots moving forward. And then the other column will be extra tips. These are tips that I fancy might run well on the day, that I think are worth still having a few quid on the side. There often probably will be an extra tip, because I'm always normally fancying, to be honest, when I'm coming up with my tips, I always have a short list of about 5 or 6 horses, and there's some horses sometimes I back myself that I never tell you guys about, and sometimes I might have had a blank day on here, but I've backed one of them at a big price. So yeah, that can be frustrating sometimes, because I like sharing my winners and all my tips with you guys. But yeah, that's what will be basically the extra tips moving forward. And I'll probably, moving forward as well, I'll probably do a selection in every race at Cheltenham. I'll do a selection in every race at Royal Ascot, Glorious Goodwood, all the big festivals, because I like doing those, and I'll probably categorise them in the extra column too, like I've done so far this year. So that's just a breakdown there of the different categories of tips. When it comes to the mathematical side of things, the point system, well, I'm going to try and keep it relatively simple. So moving forward, basically all win bets are going to be 1 point, and they'll translate in money value to £1. I just thought we'll keep it really simple. I know some people like to put 1 point as £10 or £100 or £20. You know, it can get a little bit complicated, but I just thought we'll do really basic maths. You know, I'm not a big stakes punter myself. I know some of you guys are, some of you might not be, but I generally don't tend to bet really big money. If I have a £10 on a horse, that's pretty a big monetary sum for me to invest in a horse race. You know, I don't normally do that. I might do it for some of the big festivals, or if I really do fancy the horse on a particular day, but I don't normally get big money out on horses. But we'll keep it simple. So a win bet moving forward will be 1 point coming to £1. I hope that does make sense. If I fancy something really strongly, like I really fancy a nap, for example, one day I really do, I might make it 2 points, and that will equate to a £2 win bet, if that makes sense. But I'll always now moving forward, I'll put it on the graphic. Some of you guys might sometimes see that when I put loaders nap, it might be like today's tip, for example, was 5-2. I'll write 5-2 win. But what I'll do under that is I'll put a 1 point. And if it was a particularly strong tip on the day, I'll put 2 point to emphasise that I really fancy it. And also as well, you guys will know, because I'm going to be telling you that it'll be a 2 point win bet. But just in case you guys decide to have me on mute or something, you know, I just thought I might make it a little bit simpler for you. Then when it comes to the each way bet and moving forward, I think a good way to help you minimise your losses, obviously, and that, or to make it a bit more of a hopefully a profitable success. I think moving forward with each ways, I'm going to keep them, I'm going to actually go down and level with them, and so I'm going to put them as a 0.5 each way. So that means basically, like, yeah, 50p each way. That's how it will be broken down. But it means that if we're doing a 50p each way, the total sum would be 1 point, a 0.5, because when you do each way betting, if you're not familiar with it, you're betting on the horse to win and also as well to play. So if it doesn't win, your horse is still running in that bet to possibly place, you know, and it can be a good way to make profit. It's something that I've learned a lot after the last couple of years, to do each way betting. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but I know that bookmakers hate people backing each way. I often back most each way shots down to 2-1 if I'm having a bet sometimes, because bookmakers hate it when you do each way, because they're still having to give back a little bit of money to you. You know, they're not getting the full value of just the win bet, you know. So yeah, that is something I'm going to be doing moving forward. So the standard each way bet term now will be 0.5, but it'll be equal to a point. If I really fancy something strong each way, like for example, I couldn't see it finishing out the 3, I might recommend a 1 point each way, and again, I'll indicate that in the graphic. So 1 point each way would equal 2 points, if that makes sense. But moving forward, probably most long shots are going to be 0.5 each ways. But if it was a really serious long shot, like say like I fancied a horse at 20-1 each way, and I really fancied it, you know, like it was a really big investment for me, or I really I was saying to you guys, look, back this horse each way, you know, I really fancy it, I might put it up as a 1 point each way. So that's going to be the breakdown of each way betting moving forward. So yeah, I put some graphics up on the video here just to make it a little bit clearer for you if you guys can't get what I'm explaining. I've tried to make it as clear as possible. There'll be also as well the formula system in the description box below. Moving forward in those videos, I'm going to be recording the New Year's Day tips later on today, so that'll be out, I would imagine, probably later afternoon. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled out for that video. But yeah, that's all I've got to say. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos here on my YouTube channel. If you enjoy them as well, please remember to give us a thumbs up. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do, which is the best place on social media, using my handle @LuckyLoader15. And if you want to know a little bit more about myself, my website is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully this has explained things a little bit more clearer to you guys. And Happy New Year, and we'll be seeing you soon.